On August 2nd, 95 athletes from across our great nation will embark upon the city of Winnipeg with the goal of winning the Jenny Kyle Cup National Lacrosse Championship. Watch all of the action live on Red River Streams, bringing the game to you. The action starts now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is beautiful Saturday morning. Well, when I say beautiful, I don't know if I actually mean beautiful. It's a super windy day here in Winnipeg, and we are feeling some of the fun of that. Our cameras are bouncing a little bit, but we're going to be okay. We're going to make it through the day. Our internet, it seems like it's going to hold up today, so that's a great start. And the ladies from the Ontario Manitoba teams are now starting to take the field, ready for their opening handshakes. They've all met with the officials, and we're just about ready to go. This game should be one heck of a fun game. We're right now sitting at 22 degrees, so we're not even going to scorch today, it looks like. Some of the overcast conditions have really set us up for a much nicer day to be able to sit in the tin box that we're sitting in for our media booth here at the field.
Well, James, 22 and cloudy is much better than 30 and sunny. It's a much better lacrosse conditions. These girls will be able to go much harder today, I believe.
That's great. I mean, the reality is that these girls all really worked like crazy yesterday, and that scorching heat, that is really, really tough to do. You see, they're starting to go forward. They're just to wish each other good luck and get ready for the game. Some of the key players just to note from yesterday's game. We really saw on Team Ontario a couple of the key players that we can comment on would be Callan and Allison, number 17 and number 19. They were both very active yesterday. And then on the goaltender side, I'll also just notice that the goaltender for Ontario was very active in her games. And so we really want to see Danica again really get involved with those plays. She likes to walk the ball out and really be involved in the attack. So that's something that we saw from her that we didn't see from anybody else. Is there anybody on the Manitoba side, Josh, that you would say really seemed to be a bit of an impact yesterday?
Well, number 3, Miley. She was very, very active yesterday, taking part on all sides of the field there, and as well as
number 5, Peyton.
Yeah, number 5, Peyton. She was all over the play, contributing on both sides of the field, defensively and offensively as a midfielder. You love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. They were completely involved in the game. They had an excellent start against Team Saskatchewan yesterday, and then had a little bit of a challenge trying to go up against the strong team from Alberta. Let's take a minute just before we kick this game off and take a look at some of our sponsors that help make this live stream possible for you at home. All right, the ladies are starting to take the field here. Unfortunately, because of the wind, we're not going to be able to zoom in as much today as we were able to do yesterday. So I think it's still going to be a great picture. We're just trying to avoid as much shaking of the camera as possible, as this wind is fairly strong. And the referee has them all in position, starting to line up for the opening face-off.
This opening face-off is very key here, James. Both sides are going to emphasize every single face-off. Possession is key in this matchup.
And Team Manitoba has Izzy on there. She wasn't able to haul that in. Number 19, Allison from Ontario, was able to win that draw and comes away with the ball right away. She passes it up the side here to number 11. And the Manitoba defense is stifling right now. They are just right in the grill of the Ontario players. As soon as they get the ball, they are on them. Now Ontario, as they've gotten past the yellow stripe, they are able to settle into their offense, trying to attack. They go behind the net. She brings it out. Oh, trying to cut to the net, but the Manitoba defense swarms on her and is able to cut her off and not let her through. Number 5 picking up the ball. This is what we were talking about yesterday. She was super involved in the play. As a midfielder, she's able to be back and still be able to run up the field. Excellent work there. Number 8 in. Oh, great save by Danica.
Well, just like you pointed out earlier, James, Danica is truly in a caliber of her own as that goalkeeper.
Another great save by Danica.
2 quick saves. Truly shifting momentum here. Manitoba.
Oh, the long pass. Right on target. That's where Danica really stands out from the other goalies in this tournament. Is she has the ability to really get involved in the offensive play. Ontario, after the whistle, are able to push forward and get into the attacking zone. Oh, puts it inside, all alone. No way, she could not get that past the goalie. Goalie stood on her head there. That throw out though wasn't really on target where she was hoping for, but it still got to her player. And now number 42 is running up the field. That's Hillary. Oh, loses the ball. Ontario has the ball now, trying to get back up the field. Allison is now bringing it in. She's across the attack line. Oh, and a whistle here. Nope, no whistle. Trying to get it in tight. Gets it into the center. And there's a whistle on Team Manitoba. Looks like they're going to go out to the fan and have a nice little sprint in here. Oh, and they score. Ontario making no mistakes with that opportunity. Ontario takes the 1-0 lead. They strike first, and so far we've seen significantly that makes a major difference in these tournaments. You know, get that early lead. It's always easier to play in sports from above than it is from behind. And here they go on the face-off. Oh, a bit of a scrappy play there. Ontario looks to have come away with it. Manitoba player, hacked her and knocked the ball away. But away Ontario goes here again. Oh, lost her a little bit there. Tried to cut to the middle, but there was nothing doing. Defender was able to get back. Back out. Number 3's got the ball up at the top of the fan. Looking for somebody to pass it off to. She's able to beat her defender. Takes it inside. Great save by number 1, the goalie. Number 1 is Shaylin.
Well, James, it's really nice to see Team Ontario come off to a quick start here. Yesterday, their second game, they fell 22-2 against Team BC, where we saw their start was not quite as they intended. They started off a little slow, and that progressed through the game as they were honestly obliterated by Team BC. So it's nice to see them recuperate here and start off quick against Team Manitoba.
Absolutely. I would say that in that game, it seemed like all the momentum early, Team British Columbia was absolutely dominant in that first quarter, and they got up to such a big lead that it became where it was almost like Team Ontario had pulled back, and they didn't have much left in the tank after the first quarter. So they were just trying to fight and scrape and just build some momentum for today. But really, that first quarter set them back, and they never were able to recuperate from that. I think they were down 9-0 after the first quarter, if I remember correctly.
That sounds about right, James.
Now number 8 breaking into the center. Shoot, scores! There it is. El Garioch gets Manitoba onto the board. ties this thing up 1-1. That was a really nice cut as she made a move to just penetrate into the defense and get in tight there. And here we're back at the face-off now. Ontario's taken both face-offs so far this morning.
That's a face-off win for Team Manitoba. See how that'll affect play.
Once again, number 5. Peyton. Oh my goodness, Peyton. She is really involved in this Team Manitoba offense. Whenever she gets the ball, she really pushes it forward and gives that team a real strong opportunity to be able to get it inside and get shots off. A nice save by Danica there. Danica feels very, very comfortable with that ball in her, I never know what to call this, her goalie stick, her basket. Anyways, she feels very comfortable with it. You can see it right away as she scoops up any ball. She's just twisting it, keeping that ball secure right in the threads of her racket. Team Ontario trying to get in, but can't. Manitoba with the steal. And she's off to the races a little bit. Number 72. Autumn. Trying to find an opening, but Team Ontario did a really good job of cutting that off. Oh, number 5 breaking it. Shoots. Scores on the skipper. Bounces it in. That was not really a skipper. It was more of a straight down bounce up and over the shoulder of the goalie, giving Manitoba the 2-1 lead. Nice pushback from Manitoba after the quick start from Team Ontario. And here's the face-off. Up. And who's going to come away with this? It's a bit of a scramble. Manitoba's got it again. And she's quick. There it is, a quick goal. Number 8, Elle Garriock again. That's her second goal of the game, Josh. After that quick start by Team Ontario, Team Manitoba really has bounced back and is coming hard. And Team Ontario says, that's enough of that. Let's take a time out here and just regroup ourselves a little bit. I wonder what we're going to see today, Josh. What do you think? We're going to, the rest of today, who are you expecting some dominant performances from?
Well, obviously, there's Team British Columbia. They are the defending champions of this tournament. They've come in, they've been wanting to send a message, and they definitely did on day 1. Day 2, they're looking to keep their momentum and stride forward.
That is who I was going to call out as well. I think that they proved yesterday that they are a juggernaut. They are a force to be reckoned with here, and anybody going up against Team British Columbia is going to have a challenge. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be a gimme. There is no gimmies in sports. You have to work hard to get it. What do you think the message their coach is trying to give them right now?
Well, they came off to that quick start, but when did they score their goal? That was when they won the face-off. When did Manitoba score their goals? That was when they won the face-offs. I think they're really trying to put an emphasis on the beginning of those plays and just playing hard throughout, just maintaining possession, and if they don't have possession, really locking down on defense. We saw in their game against Team Saskatchewan how much of a wall they set up. It was impossible for Team Saskatchewan to enter into the fan there. So I believe that they will be pushing hard here right out of the timeout.
I agree. What I think their coach probably said to them is something that would go along the lines of, take a breath, let's relax. It is super early in this game. We're only we're at the 6:43 mark left in the first quarter. So there's tons of time. You're only down 2 goals. This game is likely to end up somewhere in the 20s. So it's a situation where you don't need to panic. Let's just take a breath, take a step back, and let's focus on what we do well.
Well said, James. Well said.
That's the message I would have given them if I was their head coach. I'm sure they probably said some encouraging words and really tried to uplift them a little bit. We're back at center or midfield here for the face-off. The referee's getting the ball set up and ready to go. As she backs out, here comes the whistle. There, they're on. And a scramble for the ball here again. And this time Ontario comes up with it. Just as you said, Josh, the focal point being on this. But they lose the ball a little bit.
Well, that's got to be frustrating there for Team Ontario. They won the face-off, but then with a little bit of sloppy play, they lost possession. However, they maintained possession somehow. I'm not too sure.
They maintained possession based on the way that the referee saw that play unfolding. So they regained that possession. Now they have the ball behind the net. This has been something we saw in their first game against Saskatchewan. They really tried to capitalize on this. They would set the offense up from behind the net, send their cutters going through the fan, and try and hit them with the passes coming through.
Well, they saw great success doing this, so it's nice to see them come back to it. Hopefully this will help spark their offense here.
They did get away from this a little bit in the British Columbia game where they were not really going with this approach. They were trying to find ways to just run the ball into that zone. And that was not what they did well against Saskatchewan. So it's interesting, and it'll be really interesting to see how they are able to penetrate here. Number 19 trying to cut in, but again, the defense has cut her off and swiping hard with those sticks and really just trying to make sure that she doesn't feel comfortable getting through that. If you want to go through that zone there through the defense, you're going to have to be paying the price for it. As we mentioned earlier, Elle Garriock has already got 2 goals in today's game. She actually had 10 as of yesterday. So she was one of the top contributors yesterday for Team Manitoba.
And not far behind her is number 42, Hillary Greyhound, with 7 goals in this tournament already.
That's exceptional. Ontario with some good pressure there. Really trying to get that ball to the front of the net. But Manitoba's done a great job of just keeping them on the outside or behind the net and just working together as a team, building that wall up at the top of the fan, not letting them penetrate in. Oh, but right as I say that, they do a little backdoor play where they just lobbed it over the defender, and as the Ontario attacker was closing in, they were able to complete the pass and put the ball past the goalie. Excellent goal by Team Ontario.
Well, as we talked about during the timeout, we said, I bet you they're sending the message of, we need to play our game, you know? And what did Ontario do there? They got to the back of the net, they played a slow, methodical offense. That is their game. They found success in it against Team Saskatchewan. They went away from it against Team BC, and now they're back to it. So I'm looking to see more offensive output here from both teams.
Yeah, that's absolutely the truth. And once again, we see that Peyton is the one who gets that ball and sprints it up the field, fights her way through the defense, and scores! There it is, bang! Wow, that was an incredible goal. She took that from coast to coast, took it from midfield where she scooped up that ball, went right through the defense, felt some pressure as she was cutting through, took a little bit of a stick as she broke through the fan, but instantly shoots that ball, top corner, puts that right past the goalie. Love that goal. We're getting some late subs here from Team Ontario. A new attacker coming onto the field.
This face-off is crucial here. Ontario needs this one.
Well, as crucial as a face-off can be while we're still in the first quarter in a 2-goal game. But every face-off is essential at this point. We're seeing it over and over in each of these games that face-offs really do contribute because as soon as you get possession, it's really hard to stop in lacrosse. To make defensive stops, that's the difference in who wins and loses. It's very much a possession game. Oh, Manitoba comes away with that one. And who is it? None other than Peyton again.
She's had a tremendous start to this game here. Dominating possession.
Absolutely. Very impactful. Number 8 as well has actually been really, really great. El Garriok. She was that major contributor yesterday. She has 2 goals today. We'll see what comes here. As she stands at the top of the fan, looking for her options, seeing what she can do. Oh, one step to the left, tries to go right, can't get through. The defense closed in on her tightly there. And back over to Peyton.
Well, that's that Ontario zone. They were so dominant in their first game defensively.
Oh, wow! Another snipe by Peyton. She just says, listen, Elle, you had a ton of success yesterday. You may have potted 10 yesterday, but I'm coming for that title. I want to score the most goals on this team today. That's her hat-trick goal there. Is it? I don't know if that's factual. She has at least 2. She has the last 2.
Well, for those of you who joined us for the opening ceremonies yesterday, one of our speakers, an Olympic athlete, spoke on how her and her teammates pushed each other constantly. So I believe we're seeing some of that here between these teammates.
Absolutely, and that was Susan Auck, a Winnipeg legend, competed in 5 Olympic Games for Team Canada.
Speed skater, I believe.
She was short track speed skater. The opening ceremonies yesterday were really quite excellent, and they had the dance crew come out. Really shows the roots of what Manitoba is, and loved it. It was such a great opening ceremonies. Great job to the organizers for putting on such a great show. Team Ontario now has the ball, trying to get into the fan. The defense seems to be really standing up tall, though. Forcing it. Oh, good save by the goalie. Great opportunity for Team Ontario as they were able to work it in. They are putting on some heavy pressure inside the fan, really going to it. Oh, and she's able to pop that one in the net. Great shot.
Well, way to be relentless there by Ontario. Team Manitoba's goalie made a good job by making that first initial save. However, Team Ontario would not be denied potting that goal.
Absolutely. They were really pushing hard, and it was like Team Manitoba defense was doing a great job of, while they were collapsing a little bit, they didn't give up that early shot. They gave up one shot. It was saved by the goalie, but Team Manitoba was unable to corral a rebound, and Team Ontario was able to pot that into the back of the net. Here's the face-off.
Well, to me, that goal was a message from Team Ontario to Team Manitoba, saying, you may score some, but we're not going to go away. We're going to keep fighting till the end of this one.
Yes, I agree. This is not going to be a game that's going to end up 25-2, especially since it's already 5-3. But I'll tell you that it is something where these two teams are very evenly matched, and I think this one's going to be right down to the wire. It could be the final goal that ends up sealing it. So what I will say is that we are now done our first quarter. That's what I'm going to say. We're done our first quarter, and we are just enjoying. That was a great quarter.
Very entertaining. Back and forth the whole match. Not whole match, sorry, the whole quarter.
Yes, sir. And as we prepare for the second quarter, the message to the coaches in there, ever since that timeout, it's been a tie game. 2-2 since that timeout. Manitoba had that little run where they were able to get a couple goals in a row, or 3 goals in a row. Team Ontario used their timeout and put a pause on that and said, hey guys, let's just settle in. And sure enough, they came out, they scored the next goal after that. It's gone back and forth since that point. Manitoba holds a 2-goal lead as we head into this second quarter.
Well, said very well, James. I think we should go to our advertisers here who make this whole thing possible.
It's true. Without the sponsors picking up this advertising, that's what's covering the cost for us to be able to do this live stream. So let's give them some attention here. And the referees have blown their whistle. They are getting ready to get the girls back out there on the fields. Team Manitoba is taking the first steps out onto the field. Team Ontario will shortly follow, I'm sure. You know, I've seen Shailene Bremner make some really nice saves already early in this game for Team Manitoba. That's something that, you know, when they were playing against Alberta, there was a few goals I think that she would have liked back. However, I think that so far today, all three of the goals that Team Ontario has scored, there's not a lot she could have done on any of them. It really comes down to, can she settle in and really, really lock that door? All she's got to do is have a few more stops in order to be able to help Team Manitoba win this game. The ball ripped back towards Team Ontario's side, and just as Manitoba was about to corral the ball, number 8 was knocked to the ground, and Elle Garriock doesn't look any worse for the wear, so away she goes. She's now got the ball, coming in towards the fan. Oh, an errant pass though, trying to go to number 72, Autumn Throw McCabe. Autumn makes the turn, comes in, but gets cut off. Instantly she pulls back, goes back. Goes in tight. Nice pass and a great finish by number 42, Hillary Grehan. That was all led by a really nice pass by Elle Garriock.
Well, the top 2 scorers for a reason, James. They have been masterful on that side of the ball.
Excellent. And Izzy's in there for Manitoba to take this face off. Trying to see who they got for Team Ontario. She just won't turn. It's number 3, Rachel Albanese. But Manitoba comes away with it. The whistle blows. It's going to be Manitoba ball, even though they had possession. A little too much contact for the refs' liking. And number 42 with the ball. She goes up to number 4, Jaden Lepke. Jaden with the ball, looking for that crease. She thought she saw it and then pulled back. Here goes Elle Garriock. Shot. Great save by Danica. She just locked the door there. She used that big old fishing net and said, I'll just snatch up that ball as it's flying through. Over to number 3. Long pass. Completed to number 11.
Too long for the camera there.
Drew Schmidt.
Hopefully she doesn't score. We got to take our time getting over.
Shot, no, goes wide. And Team Manitoba ball here on the end. Get to the dot, and away we go. Off and running. She dropped the ball. Scoops it up. Passes it forward. And who else has it but number 5, Peyton. A little spinner. She is wearing that lumber. Number 15 is giving her the business underneath there. And once again, the old timekeeper has forgotten to put on the time. So we're going to adjust that here real quick. And there we go. We're back in business here. Team Ontario with the ball. We didn't miss any plays. A little bit of pressure on the goalie, but nothing Danica couldn't handle. Now Team Ontario back. Loses her footing. No whistle. Team Ontario scoops up the ball. They find an open player. And tries the bounce shot, but it just bounces over the net. And here comes Team Manitoba again. Number 23, Ella Shore, goes back there. Number 13, Shea Anderson. It's always nice to give the defenders a little bit of a call out there. We always are saying the names of some of these attackers and midfielders, but it's nice to see the defenders getting some love too. And here comes Team Manitoba. Oh, shot, great save. Goaltender able to keep it within her crease and goes deep with the pass. Hits number 16. Back to number 15. Sophie Cuthbert. Oh, trying to go right through the whole defense here. Making a great run. Up to number 19. Allison Shoemaker. And Allison is just looking for it. Team Manitoba starting to give her the business too. Number 23 for Team Manitoba. Ella Shore. It's one of the things, Josh, that I really think is impressive about this lacrosse tournament is we've seen these ladies getting absolutely beat up with their rackets, and they just keep pushing and pushing, and they never seem to pull up. That shot goes wide. Team Manitoba ball coming up here. They're going to go with goalie Shailene Bremner having the ball. Just does a nice little outlet pass to number 5, Peyton. And look how fast she is. And she's wearing that racket onto her back as she's running up the field. That number 15 from Ontario was absolutely laying it into her. A little bit of an errant pass there, but no problem for Manitoba. Number 19 has the ball, Sarah Turner. Sarah passes it over, tries to cut to the net, but nothing there. Oh, she finds a crease. Oh, the wide shot by number 72, Autumn Peru McCabe. And our goalie, Danica Swiston, has the ball. Swiston, sorry. The deep pass again. Our cameraman needs to be really prepared. Whenever Danica has the ball, she's looking to go long. Bring up the ball for Team Ontario. It's hard for me to see the number on the player. Okay, we got a whistle. It's going to be Ontario ball on the dot.
And once again, we apologize for any shakiness of the camera as we're facing huge gusts of winds here.
Breaks to the net, shoots across the face of the net, and just can't catch the wind. Oh, I see some sort of a call by the referee. Looked like a travel call in basketball, but I don't know what that call was. So they say Team Manitoba ball back on the dot, and away we go. Trying to get around the outside. Oh, and does. She's got some momentum and absolutely flying up that left sideline. Cuts back towards the middle. Look at this. Can she go coast to coast? Oh, no. That ball slipped out of her racket and goes very long. It looks, though, that there may have been a whistle on the play, and they may be settling in for a penalty shot here from the top of the fan. Josh, this is one of my favorite parts of lacrosse, is the way that they have this, where all of a sudden it's like they whistle it in and the girls just start sprinting. Finds the open shooter. Oh, great save by Danica Swiston. Manitoba back up with the ball. Well, I'm missing a goal here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Team Manitoba's at 6. We commented on the goal, but I forgot to click the button to add it to the scoreboard. Team Ontario breaking in. Oh, the player number 6 was wide open in the middle, and then Manitoba closed in at the last second.
Well, great defensive play there by number 8 on Team Manitoba.
Number 8 is El Garriock. She's not only a contributor up front, she came back and made a great defensive play there. And over to number 42, Hillary Grehan. Back out to number 4. We got a flag up in the air. Shot goes high above the net. That's going to be Team Manitoba ball. You know, I would love to be able to, Josh, I'd love to be able to grab one of these referees and ask about some of these rule calls because I just don't understand some of them. So, like, Manitoba shot the ball at the back end. I'd love for somebody, if somebody on the chat, somebody watching this stream, has the ability to tune in and just let us know what allows the referee to decide whose ball it is after it goes out of bounds there at the end. Because I've been seeing this over and over again where a team throws it out, but they still get the possession after. And I don't fully understand why. So if somebody can reach out and let us know what's causing that, that'd be great. And Ontario bringing it into the center here. Oh, Manitoba defends it swiftly though. Number 3, Miley Sigerter is coming up. Finds number 72 up the sideline. Autumn Perot-McCabe. She likes to get that ball and just go for a long run. She's got those long legs and really makes good use of them. And here comes Peyton running up the side. Oh, they knock it out of her hands. And that's going to be Manitoba ball there. Coming it away with it is number 4, Jaden Lepke. Over to Peyton. Peyton just taking a look at what she's got there. Peyton trying to find a way to get in there a little bit tighter. Looking for a cutter. There it is. Oh, cannot connect on that pass. Team Ontario with the ball. Off and running. There goes Reese. Reese goes forward to number 5. Over to number 19. Great save. Wow. Wow, that is an unbelievable save by the goaltender all alone with number 19 bearing down, Allison Shoemaker. But Shaylin Bremner totally stood on her head and made that save. Incredible.
They can't get them all the time.
Josh, I hope you were able to get that save on camera.
Unfortunately, due to some of the speed of these players, it is hard to get the camera over in time.
Yeah, as it happens, as we're trying to film this, one of the things that becomes hard is when they do long passes like that, and they do outlet passes up the side, it can move the ball up the field much quicker than our cameraman can manage to keep up with that. But we're trying our best here. I will tell you that it was an incredible save. Number 10 breaking to the net, a spin move, cut off by the defense twice. Number 19 working her way out front, but the defense again stifling in there, just not letting them get that shot away. Oh, the goaltender out there. Oh, there is a foul there for sure. There's a straight old push. But given that the goalie was behind the net and the Ontario player was trying to pick up the ball in front of the net, probably a pretty good foul to take. Now, they're going to line up at the top of the fan and sprint in. And is she going to pass or shoot? Pass to number 19. Oh, absolutely stole the ball, but some big-time contact on number 19 there. Allison Shoemaker going off the field a little gingerly as they were fighting for that ball. I don't know if you can see Danica and how active she is in that goal. She is calling out the defense, letting her teammates know where they should be. Great teamwork there.
Now that's what you love to see, a very vocal leader.
fake. Number 42 cuts to the net, scores! There it is. Hillary Green made a real nice cut, got past the defender, got in all alone, used that left-handed shot and put it up top. Jeez.
Makes the game 7-3 now.
This has been a very, very fun start to the game.
Hey, you guys.
So we're in the
We're
final.
in stop time here in the final 30 seconds of the second quarter. And we're ready for the face-off here. And they're fighting for the ball. Manitoba comes away with it. Number 8 sprints down the field, looking for that shot. It's not there. Goes behind the net. 16 seconds left on the clock. Out to number 42. Fakes the shot. Goes up. Shoots. No problem for Danica. She says, get that ball out of here. And with 1 second left on the clock, there's a whistle. Now this will be interesting. Is Manitoba going to be able to get a shot off in time? From the top of the fan. She just shoots. No goal. Great save, Danica. We are back in business here. We're heading to halftime now. And
Well, James, as you were asking earlier, you're asking for one of our viewers to maybe explain a little bit to us as to why Manitoba retained possession after they shot it out of bounds. And because I'm a rules expert, I know that the team closest to the ball before it goes out of bounds gets it. So that is why they run pointing their sticks.
well, thanks, Josh. You must have been doing some serious research.
I'm just an expert.
Or would you say that maybe Terry S. reached out to us on the chat in the stream and shared that information?
You got me. Well, thank you to Terry for sharing his information and sharing his knowledge, helping us out understand the game a little bit better. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate you. As we head to timeout here, or sorry, at the halftime here, we are very tightly contested fight here. 7-3. The second quarter, really, the team settled in a lot. It was 5-3 going into the second quarter, and only 2 goals scored by Manitoba.
Well, we're going to take a little break here to, during halftime, we'll take a break and we'll visit our advertisers.
Oh, 2:35.
We are live.
Oh, we are live here, guys. We were not expecting to be coming back with that there. Let's at least put our scoreboard back on. Automatic kicked out of the commercial break for you, straight into the field. Good thing I wasn't saying anything mean to Josh here. So we are back at it, and how much time we got left on that clock? 2 minutes left in halftime here. I'll throw a little time up on our scoreboard. There's our, we got our updated score, or updated halftime clock. Clock.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Josh, you done messed things up now.
Did a
Well, I
bad
guess
thing.
we are not going to keep that clock running. Josh tried to be a hero, and instead he came out as a 0.
Really unfortunate there.
I would say this one other thing. For those of you who are watching on the live stream, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That will allow you to be notified anytime our events start. And as we're running through this tournament, we're going to be starting a new stream for every single game, so you can be notified when the game does start. I'd also recommend that you follow us on Instagram, as we will be putting out some content on Instagram. Our handle is Red River Streams, and subscribe there. We also have a Facebook page that you can follow us on, for those of you with Facebook. All right, how much time we got? 35 seconds left on that clock. Team Ontario sitting on the ground, just relaxing, getting a break, whereas Team Manitoba standing up, saying it's kind of like a boxing match where when one team is, or when one fighter is sitting and looking really tired, the other team or the other fighter stands up in their corner and stares them down a little bit. It seemed like that was a little bit of gamesmanship by Team Manitoba, saying we don't need to sit. We are doing well. We are cruising along here.
Well, on the contrary, James, I believe that was a thing that Team Ontario wanted to do, because it's not just the physical toughness here in this game of lacrosse, it is also the mental toughness. I believe that was the coaching staff telling the players, hey, we have a chance, we just need to bring our nerves down, we need to relax. This is a game we're playing, let's have some fun, and let's go chip back. Let's get it close. Let's score this first goal here, and let's get back into the game.
I mean, the reality is it's a 4-goal game right now. 4 goals in field lacrosse is very, very, I don't want to say easily made up, but it is definitely something that can be caught up. You're not out of a game that you're down 4 goals at halftime.
You blink and 4 goals have gone by.
It's true. Blink. And we're getting ready for that face-off there. And here we go. The referee has the ball in place. And away we go. Whistle. There it is. And Team Ontario wins that face-off. And sprinting down the field is number 15, Sophie Cuthbert. Passes the ball into the corner to number 11, Drew Schmidt. Back to Sophie. Sophie looking for an opening. Switches spots with Drew. Takes it behind the net. Looking for a way in front. Oh, loses the ball, but scoops it back up. But the referee says there was a bit of a push there. Now it's going to be Manitoba ball. The turnover. And away she goes. Team Manitoba with the ball. And Peyton brings it up, tries to go around that outside. Nothing doing. She's cut off. Puts it back to her defender, number 25, Sienna Taylor. And then back up the other side, where they're making a nice hard run here. Tries to cut to the middle. Oh, and pushed off there a little bit. A little bit of a call there. Number 15, Julius Soak has the ball. And once she starts running, the game starts there. She starts now. Tries to find that opening, but it's not there, so she kicks it outside. Goes to Hillary Green. Hillary over to number 5, Peyton.
Mishandled there slightly, however she recovers.
Peyton back over to Hillary. Whistle. And what's the call? A blocking or something? These hand signals are, when you're new to the game of lacrosse, the hand signals of the referees are really something. Number 12 is going to get the ball there. Izzy Manolastis. And how is she going to approach this? What is she going to do? Straight in. Shoots, no goal. Great save by Danica there. And right away, the outlet pass right up the field.
Pushing the envelope there.
Like she does.
Oh, camera's got to go. This play is very fast now.
Yeah, number 22. I'm getting Liesel. Our team roster shows her name as Liesel. So, Liesel's coming up the field quickly. And who's... I missed what happened there. Looks like we're going to the top of the fan. A little bit of a foul there. A few times I've seen this where they break in and instead of trying to shoot, they end up going to number 19 right at the edge of the net. But 19's actually the one with the ball this time. They go in tight and cannot connect. Now number 25, Sienna Taylor, tries. Oh no, I guess it's going to be Ontario ball again. Back up top here. Yeah, and see there goes number 19's going back down. It was, I guess she was the one that was fouled earlier. So that's why she wasn't down low. Ontario swinging around the outside. Goes deep into number 19 and scores! Exactly what we were talking about, trying to find that open player. Allison Shoemaker right on the doorstep all by herself. There is absolutely nothing that Shaylin Bremner can do on that opportunity. Excellent, excellent work by the Ontario team, really working the ball around until they were able to have Allison just sneak through that defense and kind of just find that back door. And Allison's going to be in the face-off circle against Izzy Manolastis. Let's see who can pull this one in. Pops it up. And it looks like Ontario's going to come up with this. Oh, can't quite corral it, but there she goes. She's got it now. Number 3, Rachel Albanese.
May not have been clean there, but they don't ask how, if you did. Oh, no, sorry. They don't ask how you did it, just if you did it.
Rachel with a great shot. Oh, I had forgotten to give the point to Ontario there. My apologies, folks. We're back up with the right score, and we haven't started the clock. Yep, we did. We're good. It is 7-4 for Team Manitoba, but Ontario here in the third quarter has really had a good pushback. Wouldn't you say, Josh?
I would say so, yeah. The score might not reflect it quite yet, but Ontario has dominated this quarter, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really been exactly what you said, though. When they came out at the end of the half, it was score the next goal. Let's put the pressure on. Let's get us closer. And then from there, we can attack and we can try and figure out exactly what we need to do to win this game. Ontario really pushing forward strong, though.
Exactly.
A late change by Team Manitoba.
Want to make sure they have the right personnel out there.
And the ball's going to be back at the dot, back behind the net. Oh, she cuts to the net. And they score. Look at that. Bang, bang. That was so nice. We had to double down on the bang.
Well, great job by Ontario here. They just got to keep chipping away.
It is now 7-5 for Team Manitoba.
They appear much more relaxed in this quarter here. They're playing their game. I love it.
Yeah, this is. We knew that this game was not going to end up being a game that ended up 25-2. We knew this was going to be a hard-fought battle. These two teams are fighting to try and get that playoff seed.
Ontario wins another face-off there.
This Ontario team, the way they're playing here in the third quarter, reminds me much more of the team we saw against Saskatchewan. Oh, great save by Shaylin Bremner. Team Manitoba with the ball now, trying to work their way out of their zone, but the pressure from the attackers is quite strong. And here we go, we're off a little bit. And Team Manitoba, number 3, with the ball. Miley Sigurd tries to go up the sideline, cannot connect on that one. Just missed off Autumn Pearl McCabe. Number 14 for Team Ontario, Reese Shigwaja. Up to number 6, Aaron Pass though. Intercepted by Manitoba, but picked up by number 19 of Ontario. Outside for Team Ontario to number 5. Ball is kind of bouncing around a little bit, and we got a foul on the play. What do we got to call here? Whose ball is this going to be?
Looks to me like this will be Team Manitoba ball.
Yep, there it is, right there. And away she goes. What's going on here now, bud?
They just making sure everybody's starting off at the right place now.
Gotcha. And away they go. Whoa. She tried to pass to somebody 5 feet away and whipped it at her. Oh, and here we go. Here's what we're used to seeing. This is the Peyton that we've seen all weekend, where she just continuously takes that ball and just runs hard. But she had a little push-off and the referee caught her. Now number 10 from Team Ontario's got the ball. Number 10 is Zoha Leah.
Team Manitoba goalie in disbelief after the call there.
Let's just say she was not a fan.
Look at us, experts making lacrosse jokes now.
And they out from the top of the fan, number 6. Tries for the shot, nothing there. Gets it back. Goes back to the middle. Oh, can't connect on the pass. Team Manitoba scoops up the ball. Breaks out, number 25. Sienna Taylor running up the sideline. Some sort of a whistle there. We have a timeout coming here. Josh, what are you seeing here? What am I missing?
Looks to me like it will be a timeout, or perhaps the referees need to discuss something.
No, it looks like it's going to be a timeout.
Potentially.
Or a water break, or something. Look, the referees get a water break. Why don't the players?
Fair enough.
This is something. I noticed yesterday there was 3 officials on the field at all times, and right now I'm seeing 4 officials. I wonder if there is an official sitting at the bench at all times, manning the penalty box, for example.
Well, I have no clue there, James.
What do we think? Is Terry going to reach out to us and tell us the answer to that one?
Terry.
Terry, you've become a celebrity here in our booth. I mean, there's only 2 of us here, but you are a star in our eyes. For those of you who are not present here at the field, you should see the flags that are attached to the fence. They're having to reinforce them and re-tie them down because they're all starting to break away and flap around like they're normal flags. You're going to miss it, but you see that purple one there in the middle? It was flying around like crazy. Now I think that
Saskatchewan, I believe.
Saskatchewan flag, they're now reinforcing that one too because it was connected by only 2 sides at the end and it was starting to really flap around. The wind here is extreme. Josh, if you can focus up on that flag there a little bit, you'll start to see from how much those flags are moving. They are all over the place here. The wind is really strong. Team Manitoba is now starting to take the field. And out comes Team Ontario as well. They're starting to take their way on, or at least Danica came on, and everybody else is kind of coming on a little slower, but they're coming. Shouldn't surprise anyone that Danica's the first one on the field. She wants to be in that action. She's a goalie back there that wants to be an attacker, I think. She really seems to enjoy herself over on that field.
All right, I'm not sure who has the ball or where we're starting. So
looks like Team Manitoba is going to be starting out with El Garriock having the ball. And El's got tons of space as Team Ontario is giving her lots of real estate to work with early. But she makes one cut, gets by the little bit of a defender she had. Oh, a big old hack job there on her arm. But she scoops up the ball, no harm, no foul, I guess. And here we go, let's see what happens. Oh, we got a double team coming up top on El. She's trying to make a decision. Oh, does a little spin move and beats both defenders. Oh, and she dishes it off. No, cannot pop that one. What a great attempt there. We had a call, though, and it looks like it's going to be Manitoba ball at the top of the fan. Or in like the little bit of a corner of the fan, I guess. We're just learning some of these words here, guys.
at that hash mark, I believe it is called.
The hash mark on the top corner of the fan. And number 42 breaks in. Goes deep down into El Garriock. Oh, she's open in the middle. Oh, cannot get it through. Great job by the defender. The defender, number 17, Kaylin Martin, really did a great job there of knocking down that pass because they had cycled around really nicely and set up the open player right in the middle. Number 42, Hillary Green, is now closing in, and they just cannot get that through to the goal. Oh, but they're open now. No, there it is. Goal. Winnipeg adds to their lead, 8-5.
Relentless pressure there. Nothing much the goaltender could have done. Great job by Team Manitoba keeping the pressure up throughout the possession there. Well done.
For sure, for sure. And we just got our third member of our team joining us here in the booth. Noah has joined in, so he'll be joining in with a mic soon here. And Team Ontario has the ball coming up across the stripe. Number 16, Hannah Rudge with the ball, looking for someone to dish it to. Goes over to number 21, Olivia Miner. Back over to Hannah. Spin move. I love that spin move. She switched hands there. She went from looking like a right-hand shot to a left-handed shot. That was something.
Looks like the difference between forehand and backhand.
Oh, the goalie's way out of the net. And Team Ontario cannot corral it in the zone to be able to score. Back behind the net for Team Ontario. Tries to break to the front, but nothing doing. Over to the corner. Oh, but a little mishandle. And this is going to be Ontario ball. No, this is Manitoba ball. Nope, Manitoba. And away goes the defender. Up to El Garriock. Oh, and just blows by the defender. El with a little bit of space. Oh, looks for that lead pass, and it just goes a little long. Tried to go over the top of the defender. Oh, that ball bouncing around almost popped right up into the net. Danica says, let me get my big old fishing net on top of that. The long pass by Danica. Not quite able to corral it is the Ontario player. Number 22 over to number 15, Sophie Cuthbert. And Sophie goes for a run. She's got some speed. Got a person open in the middle. Looking for it. Completes it.
What a save there by the
Wow.
Manitoba goalkeeper. All alone with the player, and she takes it away.
Shaylin Bremner. She has had a number of exceptional saves today, Josh. Now we're up to number 12. Oh, tries to go long but cannot get through. We got a foul, but it's going to be Ontario ball here.
Well, I think Shaylin knows her Ontario counterpart over there.
Well, I think I said Ontario ball, but I'm not 100% confident in that sentiment.
Well, like I was saying there, James, I think Shaylin knows her Ontario counterpart, Danica, and she understands the goalkeeper battle this will be today. And she has shown up to the challenge today.
Awesome. And Manitoba with the ball now, just cycling around the outside of the fan. Oh, a little handoff here. El Garriok now up at the top of the circle. El breaks through. Shoots. Oh, just high. And look at them extend that racket out, making sure that it is them that gets possession of that ball. It looked like both the Manitoba player and the Ontario player were heading out towards that back line around the same time. And thanks to Terry, I now understand that by reaching out your racket, you're making yourself closer to where that ball goes out of bounds and giving you possession. So, Team Manitoba executing exactly as they're planning here. A little bit of a time where they need to figure out what they're going to do up here at Manitoba's top of the circle. And here they're going to get back in play right away here. And away they go. El Garriok looking inside. Can't quite corral that pass, but has it now. And there goes the buzzer. After 3 quarters, we've got a tightly contested defensive battle going on here. 8-5 for Team Manitoba. Compared to the games we watched yesterday, Josh, this seems to be much more of a defensive battle. We've seen great saves by both goaltenders, and they've done a great job of not letting the players get to the inside.
Well, James, these two teams are very evenly matched. We're seeing excellent play from our midfielders and our goalkeepers here. Aside from that 3-goal run Manitoba went on in that first quarter, this game has been back and forth the whole way.
Absolutely. That's our 3-goal difference right there. It's just that one little 3-goal run. Other than that, it's been back and forth and back and forth. Each team taking swings. This is like a heavyweight tilt out here. The referees are also taking this time to collaborate and really understand, make sure we're all in the right positions and be able to see everything that we can. That way we can make all the calls correct on the field. Great job by the referees here.
Well, these referees, they've been so sharp all weekend, and I haven't heard a single complaint from any of the players today.
Yeah, none of the players, none of the parents here in the stands, nobody's complaining about the officiating. It's a bit of a breath of fresh air coming from a person who watches a lot of sports, where you often hear parents complaining and saying, "Oh, the referee, they cost my team the game." That's not happening here. At this level, these officials, they're cycling through a whole group of officials for this tournament, and they've been very successful, and they've done a great job at running through this. Oh, I'm having to teach Josh a thing or two about how to work the scoreboard here. He doesn't quite know how to do it, but don't worry, I got you guys taken care of. He's trying to tell me that I was doing something wrong, but I think I was okay.
Let's not forget why that clock doesn't start, James.
You caught me. I guess I better pay a little bit more attention to the clock. And the teams seem like they are coming back out onto the field here.
Well, Well, this is the first time that Team Ontario has broken the huddle around the same time as Team Manitoba. It seems to me like they're eager to get onto the field and crush that 3-goal deficit now.
I think that's a fair statement. I think that one of the things that we noticed is they seem like as they're coming out, they are full of energy. They fought back hard in that quarter, but was only able to trim the deficit by 1 goal.
Oh, geez, we are facing a monsoon here.
Monsoon is not the right word. That would be a lot of rain. But we are definitely, it's like we're in a tornado here.
My apologies.
I'm a bit of a weatherman, don't you know?
It seems to be.
All right, Manitoba pulling it up into the offensive zone, right into the middle. Oh, great shot, but a great save. We got Peyton with the ball again. She was able to scoop up her rebound. Great pass. Oh, can't get that shot off cleanly.
Another save by Danica. Excellent as always.
At the top of the circle, we got El Gary off there. And we got a foul inside the zone there. Bit of a cross check right to the back. I don't know. Where's the goalie going? Is that...
Well, I believe because she
committed
the foul, she has to start behind.
Wow, this is intense, guys. Wow, I've never seen this.
She better run quick to that net. It looks wide open to me.
Scores! That was a funny one. I've never seen that. That is quite something. Apparently a goalie should probably not be the one to take a foul.
They should try to avoid that. That was not a great situation for Team Ontario there.
No. Yeah, avoidance on those types of situations is the key. Probably not the way that Team Ontario wanted to start this fourth quarter. There's 13 minutes and 25 seconds left in this match, and it is 9-5 Team Manitoba.
Looks to me like Team Manitoba noticed that Team Ontario was fired up heading into this quarter, and they said, I don't care. We're going to go take it down the field and score.
They absolutely did. They had pressure right from the start of that
right from the get-go.
Quarter. Yeah. And they had a number of really solid chances. Into number 72. Autumn Pro McCabe. And the referee blows her whistle. It's going to be Manitoba ball at the top of the fan. And here we go. Okay. And they're able to strip the ball from her, but the whistle as the Ontario player came over the top and knocked the ball out of her racket. Little racket on racket there.
I believe they are sticks.
Sticks, clubs, rackets.
Definitely not clubs.
Bats.
Definitely not bats. Good try, though. I mean, not really. Not good try.
Oh, intercepted the pass and off to the races. Unable to scoop up that ball, though. It's kind of hopping on her. I don't know what happened there, but she's off and running again. All right, we got number 15, Sophie Cuthbert. I've definitely said Sophie's name a few times so far in this match. Oh, we got an X by the official. Oh, on a card, we got a yellow card going here to number 23. I think it's number 23, Ella Shore. And she's going off the field. She's got to pay the price for that one. Off to the sin bin.
Like you said, James, Sophie's been all over the field today for Team Ontario. She's one of the premier midfielders in this tournament. She's been all over the field, making her presence felt.
Over to Sophie Cuthbert. Over to number 3, Rachel Albanese. I don't know if it's Rachel or Rachel.
Could be French, who knows?
And with the spelling the way it is, it looks as though it could be a Rachel. You know, I like to consider myself a bit of a French-in-law.
Well, all right, James.
Ontario cycling around the outside of the fan. Goes across the face of the fan and Here we go again. Number 8, El Garriott, trying to break through. Cross check, and she's got to go back to her spot. Now she's got to fight through those defenders again. El with the ball. And here she goes. On comes the pressure, but she puts it back to her defender. Oh, a little head fake. Oh, and she's trying to break through. Oh, and she was wearing the lumber there. Number 18, Peyton Kemper, was just giving it to her. And away they go. Can't connect on the pass, the outlet pass. However, the ball is scrambling around, and it's Team Manitoba gets it, and they're off on a break here. Number 9, oh, she passes it over. Oh, but cannot complete the pass. I feel as though that was an opportunity where Delaney could have just taken it straight to the net. She would have had a real strong opportunity there.
Well, it looks to me like she's going to want that one back.
I think that's probably a fair assessment. Team Ontario with the ball now, and trying to break out. The Manitoba attacker is really pinning her in deep there. But Team Ontario able to transition. Oh, and look at the speed coming on that far sideline. Both the Ontario and Manitoba players really giving her out there.
Well, that speed is truly tremendous, James. Let me remind you, we've played a full 50 minutes already in this game. This is not the first quarter.
Excellent play there. And around the outside she goes. We've seen this over and over again from Peyton, where she just takes that ball and runs up the side. And Manitoba sets up into their offense. They don't seem like they're in any rush to start to put pressure on the net at this point. Oh, I say that, and instantly they do, but oh, is this another foul by the goalie?
Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Team Ontario.
This looks like it is another foul by the goalie. However, at that point, I think that one was needed. I think that number 9 was about to pot that one, Delaney. And away she goes here. There it is. There's the shot. Scores. It seems like that one's almost a gimme when the penalty goes to the goalie. Makes it really, really tough for any of the defenders to knock that down. They almost have to just stick out and hope it hits it. That extends the lead up to 10-5 for Team Manitoba. We got another timeout coming here.
Well, it looks like head coach Skylar MacArthur is going to look to inspire her girls here as we head to the final 8 minutes of this match. Good timeout called here. They need to settle down. They need to push back right here before this game runs away from them.
Skylar MacArthur is actually the pride of Peterborough, Ontario. You know that, Josh?
Well, that's what I've been told. That's what
Yeah.
I've been told.
You know, I can't say enough how impressed I am with the amount of effort and work that they just put in these two teams. They've just been going hard the entire game. We're almost 60 minutes of running in, and they just keep pushing. When they get the ball in their own end and they run the full length of the field, I'll tell you, I'd run a quarter length of the field and I'd be puffing.
These are truly top-tier athletes here at the top of their game. This is the U19 Women's Field Lacrosse Nationals. Let me repeat that, James. Nationals. These are top-tier athletes.
Absolutely. I mean, I guess you're suggesting that I'm not a top-tier athlete at this stage of my career?
Well, let's just say you're out of your prime, James.
You're a funny guy, Josh. You're a funny guy. But let's get back to the action here. We are ready for these girls to come out of this timeout. We really want to see some really strong efforts coming from both teams as we close out these last 8 minutes and 7 seconds of the fourth quarter.
Now, this whole time we've been talking about what do you think the Ontario coaches are saying to their players? James, let me ask you, what do you think Team Manitoba coaches are telling them?
I would guess, and this is just a guess, there's several approaches they could take here. If it was my team, what I would be saying to them, keep the pedal to the metal. Don't let up. Don't try and defend. Focus on putting that ball in the net. Get possession. Don't give it up. Work the ball around the outside. Look for that proper opening. And when you get it, break to the net. That, to me, if it's hard for Ontario to score as it is. But when they don't have the ball, they can't score. So if they're able to get that ball and take it to the offensive end, work it around, and again, put the ball in the net, it's going to be really hard for Ontario to catch up at this point.
Well, you know what they say. The best defense is twice the offense.
I don't think that's what they say, but thank you.
I think they do say
You
that.
twisted that saying. It's the best offense is a great defense.
Ah, shoot.
But, if you're maintaining possession, that is a great defense, and that is also a great offense.
Nonetheless, my point got across, so let's move on now.
All right, we're ready for this opening face-off here after the timeout. And Team Manitoba has the ball. Peyton's bringing it up.
And of course, it's number 5, Peyton.
Yes.
She is truly a dream for the Team Manitoba. She's been all over the field today. However, she is a cameraman's nightmare with her speed. She's running back and forth here. Truly hard to follow.
Spoken like the cameraman. And back up to the top. Look, they're doing basically exactly what I suggested. Apparently, myself and the coach, we are very aligned on this.
Just looking to run this clock down, slow down the pace.
Look for that proper opening. Maintain possession. Don't take any chances with it. But look for offense. Maintain control of the ball, and you're going to be in good position here. The clock is winding down, even though I'm not winding it. Let's just update the clock real quick here. All right, we're back in business with the clock. Man, that's tricky to remember to do that. When they stop for things, that was not a very good sentence, but that's okay. Well, we're getting the ball inside. She's fighting. Can she get the shot away? No, she gets it away, but it's just a little dribbler. And then Danica tries to go deep. Manages to find the attacker on the far side. Here comes number 19, Allison Shoemaker, trying to get in the middle, but the defense says, no, you cannot come through this place. We're not just going to give it to you. You're going to have to work for this, Allison. Excellent job by the Manitoba defense here. Team Ontario manages to maintain possession, though, scoops it up. Behind the net, in front. Oh, cannot connect on that pass, but scoops it up again.
Seems to me like Team Ontario is a little bit antsy here, overplaying it a little bit.
They've had a couple really good chances here recently, where it's really, they've been driving through that zone. They're finding the open person as they're cutting through, but the ball is just, they're not able to corral it. Sometimes it feels like it's just a challenge. They're not making the catch as they're cutting through the zone, as they're moving at those high speeds.
Well, the clock is winding down. They got to be feeling the pressure now. They need to remember to stay calm and play their game here. It's the only chance they've got.
And they put one in there. Great shot. She changed it up and went for the low shot there. Closing the gap to 10-6. With 5:11 remaining on the clock. Can't see it on the camera, but Danica, the goalie for Team Ontario, out congratulating all of her defenders and her midfielders. Right out almost all the way to midfield there. Love to see that teamwork.
You also couldn't see it, but she also waved to the offensive players, the attackers. She's a true leader for this squad.
The ball bouncing around. Team Manitoba trying to corral it. Looks like there is some pushing there. It's going to be Manitoba ball. And we got El Garriok with the ball. Puts the ball over to number 12. Got to find the ball here. There it is. Over into the corner to number 42. Hillary Greenhan.
Ontario has to stay tight on defense here.
Oh, she
Cannot
breaks through.
afford anything more.
Nothing coming. We thought there was going to be a person open in the middle there. Well, great catch. We got a foul as she was breaking through the box there. She made an incredible catch to catch this ball.
I'm not quite sure how she corralled that one.
It's true. It was very, very tough catch.
Lunged way up in the sky and scooped it there.
That's El Garriock, though. She's been a leader all tournament for Team Manitoba.
That's our leading scorer so far.
And here she breaks in. Oh, and shoots it wide. Both Manitoba players extending their rackets out there.
Well, we've seen quite a few shots go wide here up against this Ontario goalie. Do you feel like the Manitoba players are trying to be too perfect?
You know what? I think when you have a goalie of that quality, you really have to push it. And you have to try and pick those corners. You're not going to shoot it in the middle of the net and get it in. Number 12 with the ball up the top. Number 12 is Izzy Manalastis. Elle breaks through the middle. Here comes the shot. Oh, great save by Danica. Elle managed to scoop up the rebound, though, behind the net.
Hate to see that for Team Ontario. They get the stop but cannot gain possession. Danica could not be loving that one after a great stop.
Elle cycles through. She's in again. Finds the pass. No! Danica with another huge save, but Manitoba gets the rebound again. As the clock is winding down, Team Ontario is not just playing against Team Manitoba. They are also playing against the clock. Oh, and Manitoba puts one more in the net there. Finally, all that hard work paying off as she pots that one. Extending the lead back to 5, 11-6 with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. The clock keeps winding in lacrosse up until you get to the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter. In the first 3 quarters, it's the last 30 seconds where it gets stop play. But in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, we stop the clock on every stoppage. They're ready for the face-off here. Manitoba with possession again, just hoping to close it out here. That's going to be Team Ontario ball.
Well, James, I'm not sure if you saw, but in our comments, we got another comment from our good friend Terry, who has instructed us that the 4th ref at the table is a replacement ref in case one of the referees become injured.
Oh, man, Terry's like an extension to our team here. Thank you, Terry. That's one of the things I've learned about sports as going through the years of doing this type of activity. That the parents and the fans back home are very, very knowledgeable and very willing and able to help and share their information and really share that knowledge. Team Ontario closing in, really trying to push hard here at the end, trying to finish up strong. There's 1 minute and 17 seconds left on the clock.
And there's a goal there from Team Ontario. Not sure who buried that one.
Missed it, but it is now 11-7 with 1:11 left on the clock. One of the things about having this stop time is it really gets to the point that you can score goals really quickly. So while 4 goals at this stage of the game seems unlikely that Team Ontario can catch up, it is not over. We saw some goals yesterday where right off the face-off they were running down the field and they were able to pot that goal very, very quickly. Our cameraman may have passed out there after the goal. He was so excited about the goal. But we're back in. We've got it back at midfield.
We're having so much fun out here, it's easy to get lost.
This has been a great game. Much more competitive than any game we saw yesterday.
We saw this early on. Both teams were very evenly matched. I'd not be surprised if Ontario scores another one here. And what would that leave us to? A 3-goal game.
Absolutely. I was going to do the math for you. I thought you were asking for my opinion on what the score would be if they scored next.
Nope, James, I passed grade 1. It was easy peasy.
Good times. I remember grade 1.
Best 3 years of your life?
Best 3 years of my life. We are having fun already in the booth here. It's a lot easier to have fun when the weather isn't 45 degrees in this booth. I'll tell you that much.
We are definitely appreciating the weather today. However, it is not great for our camera.
No, it's bouncing a little bit, but it hasn't been too bad. As long as we don't zoom in too much, it's able to stay decently steady. Hopefully those back home are still able to see the field well enough and enjoy the game. All right, they're taking the field again. 1:11 left on the clock. 11-7, Team Manitoba. Can Manitoba gain possession on this face-off, or will Ontario be able to corral it and really push forward?
We're going to go for a zoom here, see how it plays out. Bad idea. We will zoom back out.
We are not going to. There, that level is okay. We can see decently at that. It's not bouncing too much.
Just trying to get everybody at home a good view of what's going on at the field at all times.
You know, I would love to have a really clear view of what happens during those face-offs. Team Ontario with the ball now, though. And I didn't start the clock again. Team Ontario has it in tight. Shoots. Save.
Scooped up by Team Ontario.
Oh, but it looks like Manitoba's
lost
going to
their
get
handle.
this one. Could not corral the ball. And who else but Peyton to grab that ball and run it all the way up the field. Foul here. Peyton's got the ball. She's going to be off to the races.
And if it weren't for the contact there, she would have ran right out of frame.
So you're saying thank you for the contact. They're going up the side here. They're looking for that opening. Gets the shot off, but... Oh, and there's a battle here. Look at this. We got the goalie against the player back by the back end line. That was fun. And look, the goalie has to stay back behind the player again. Look at this. Look at this. This is something. She's got to go to the dump, but got to get 6 meters behind her, 6 feet behind or something.
20 seconds left. Oh, what's
They're
going
just
on?
running out the clock, I think.
I think this might be it.
14, 13, 12. That's a true sign of class there. With the goalie pinned deep, I'm not sure that Manitoba would have had too much challenge potting a goal there, but instead they just ran it out, and there goes the final whistle. Sorry, I didn't start my clock again. But all good. The game is over. 11-7 is your final score. Excellent effort by Team Manitoba. Team Ontario came out, did a great job of getting kicked off early, but then had that 3-goal swing by Manitoba and never were able to bounce back from it.
Well, that's what it was, James. That 3-goal swing. It maintained itself the whole game. Ontario was never able to get past that deficit. Manitoba did stretch it out a little bit near the end. However, that's what it was.
That really was the difference maker. That like, I want to say minute and a half stretch there at the beginning of the first quarter. That was the difference maker. And the girls now lining up to shake hands post-game. Josh, if you were to pick one person that you'd put the player of the game on for this game, who would you put it on?
Well, that's none other than number 1, Shaylin Bremner, our goalie. She was outstanding today, making magnificent saves throughout the entire game.
And by our goalie, I'm pretty sure you mean Team Manitoba. way to stay unbiased. Shaylin really was great today. There was a lot of good opportunities for Team Ontario, and she really just shut the door. And that may have been the biggest difference in the game. As much as we talk about that minute and a half stretch where where Manitoba put up 3 goals, it could have been very different. Both goalies played exceptionally well. When you see an 11-7 game, that's not happening because the teams aren't shooting. That's because the goalies are saving the ball.
Well, This was our lowest scoring game of the entire tournament so far, so outstanding job to the goalies today.
All right. We are going to close down this stream here now, and we're going to head and get ready for our next game. Josh, who's in our next matchup?
Our next matchup is Team BC versus Team Saskatchewan.
Oh, that could be an interesting game. I would recommend you do not miss the start of it, because that game could get rolling very quick. That BC team, they're a juggernaut out there, and
Saskatchewan is still looking to find themselves out here in their third game.
That's true. They've had some struggles, but it'll be exciting to see how this game plays out. What strategy is Team BC going to use as they head into this matchup? But we're going to shut it down. So we thank everybody for paying attention and watching us, and we really reach out and say thank you to Terry for help filling us in on the